Well, hello everybody, this is Jane Hamilton Parker. I hope you're going to enjoy this video that I'm making today. I thought most people in life feel they're under a psychic attack or they've got negative vibrations going towards them. So I'm going to talk about how you can get rid of that. So I wrote a few notes down. Right. If you can walk into a room and you can actually sense an atmosphere that sometimes people are putting towards your aura or towards you. Right. So the best thing is to visualize a protective light around your energy field and also try and reflect it back, in a sense, rise above that. Now, just move this a little bit forward. So you imagine a pure light or a blue light sensing out rays above the crown of your crown chakra, that nobody's going to come into your energy field to actually cause you harm. So always have positive thoughts of love and non-attachment of negative people. And remember, you are pure love. When you're spiritual, you're pure love. And believe in yourself. Usually it's all about very jealous, envious people. And remember, you're fabulous, absolutely fabulous. Right. And try and visualize a very strong aura around you, because sometimes you'll get people that will say terrible things to you, or you feel you've got hex on you or a bit of black magic on you. So you've got to think positive, because more you let these negative people into your psychic zone, the more it's going to harm you. And then you start thinking about it, and then you start having restless nights, not sleeping and thinking and wandering. And that usually it comes from a lot of fear. It comes from people that are envious, jealous, and would like to be like you. And you've worked very hard in your life for everything that you have gained, be it a house, a car, or be it a new carpet, what have you. But the best thing to do with people like that is to stay away from them. If it's a member of the family, which is very awkward for people, you don't give them feedback. You don't go and run them down or say anything like that. You step out, because eventually they will get fed up of doing so much harm to you, and it's bouncing back, because karmically they're doing these wrong things that people are really showing themselves up for what they are. Now, there are a lot of evil people in the world that actually put curses out to people or want to harm them, or very much dark forces out there. So once again, you've got to be very strong. Be a woman, a bit like a tigress, but don't let all these things harm you mentally, physically, because that's the most important. None attachment, none acceptance, none draining your energy. Because people might say, why does this happen to me? Why aren't my daughters married? Why have I been stripped of everything to start again? And all these people around me saying terrible things. It's lessons, my friends, it's lessons. So you rise above that. Now, it's like telepathically, people can pick up your thoughts, and sometimes they might not be thoughts that you want to receive. So once again, you do a visualization and you push that aside. You can concentrate on your etheric body, visualizing a blue light of protection or a white light that you're not going to have acceptance of that. And there's a lot of people, it's words. So we have to have very selective hearing by not taking those words right into the heart to damage us, because you have to be strong. And one should feel sorry for those people that feel so much in their life that they've got to destroy another soul, or that they're not happy people. A lot of it comes from depression. A lot of it comes from jealousy. A lot of it comes from that they wish people bad luck, curse them, and other things, because they feel dissatisfied in their life. So you keep away from those people. You don't let words harm you. I think you work hard, you think positive. And, you know, and I'm a great believer in karma. It might take a while to get through, but eventually works its way through. Nobody can take your free will from you. Nobody can harm you if you don't allow it to happen. Because what you've got to do is be strong. Now, there's a lot of people that mentally it can break them, mentally it can destroy them, but it's like having ourselves open and allowing all these actions that we carry within us, what somebody else has said. It's like a control thing in lots of areas, like someone trying to control your power of thought, trying to control your actions, trying to control what you do in life. So you have to rise above that. You are responsible for your own life and actions. You are responsible for everything that you do on earth. So try to obtain good values. Try to obtain good love in your heart. Now, if you've got people that are envious, greedy, after money and things like that, once again, karma takes over. People think they get away with things in this life, but they do not. I mean, we see so many bad things, don't we? Cruelty to animals. And why could a human be like that and be so cruel to an animal, hit an animal that gives that unconditional love? Why does another human being actually have hatred, pure hatred, which is evil in the heart, to harm another human being, to destroy them, or to run them down, or to be very two-faced, gossiping, and we have to have non-attachment to these things. They're not on the same level as us. They're on a lower vibration. They're on a lower form. They have not been happy in their lives, so they don't want to see another person happy. They don't want to see achievers get on because they haven't achieved those things in their life. So they're going to try and curse another person or tell lies about another person or try and bring that person down. But if you're a very, very strong human, you don't allow that to happen. I find the very best thing is to reflect, to sit still and quiet for 5 minutes. Yes, 5 minutes of your time, and give out positive thoughts. Visualize a beautiful blue light around the whole length of your body. Visualize it's a cloak of light, that nothing's going to harm you or nothing is going to destroy you, and that you give out and you ask for the protection of others. Now, sometimes people try to destroy people because they just get satisfaction from it. It makes them feel good. It makes them feel high. It makes them feel really on a high because they're feeling they destroy people. It's all about control. But you don't go that pathway. If somebody has hatred towards you, turn your back. Go towards good things. Go towards good people. Don't take it in. You know, there's lots of people that do destroy people. There's lots of people that do want to curse people or put hexes, but you don't receive them. You're stronger in that. You know, God helps those that helps themselves, and God helps those that do not. And it's perfectly true. So you might have a child that's connected with you, a grown-up child that's hatred towards you, hates you or anything like that. Try and forgive them in your heart that they're going through on their journey, but it doesn't mean they've got to be unreasonable to you. And I feel the best thing with that child is try to not have hatred in your heart towards them, and just tell them, I'm here if you need me, I love you. Whatever you say to me, whatever you feel about me, it doesn't stop me loving you. You know, you can see an animal that is really being treated so badly from another human being that has hatred for other human beings, and then somebody, once again, they've got to have trust come in, and a human being might come along and start giving love, and gradually that barriers and that wall comes down, the animal, and it knows how to trust. Right, now going back in the Dark Ages, we did have people that cursed people, put hexes, or gypsies people were frightened of because they thought they put spells on them and things like that. And there was seers, witch doctors, and doing all magical things, because the power of thought is very real. Every thought that goes out to the etheric and the universe is very real, very, very real. So if you think good things will happen to you. If they're unselfish things, not thinking, cool, I wish it was me that won that 184 million on the lottery. Whoever's meant to win it will be given to them, and karmically they will do good or they may waste it. It depends. But nobody can have power over you to destroy you if you're very, very strong. And I believe the world of karma, very much so. So I just wrote a few notes down here just to give me clarity of things. So remember what I said, visualization is your strength. A strong aura is a thought to protect against a psychic attack. So you're under a psychic attack where you might have envy or jealousy from other mediums, clairvoyance or things like that, what we would call a psychic attack, and there's somebody out to harm you and that. So what you do is visualize around your auric light, around your auric field, energy field, your prana energy, that nothing is going to harm you. Now, I know a great healing thing. There was a great healer years ago that when people had cancer, he used to say, try and visualize where your cancer is, and there's a load of soldiers with the swords are actually attacking it. So it goes in the end. Do a visualization and be very positive that you're not going to put up with this. Then you might think, well, it's all very well a healer saying that, but say if that cancer doesn't go, well, give it a good try. That's what you've got to do in life. Anything is positive. We can do great things with love. There is miracles that still happen. And the power of thought is very real, very, very positive. But if you feel you're under a psychic attack or negative forces or negative energies, then you do not receive them. You just have non-attachment to them and you come very strong, very, very strong. Right. And remember, you have a reflective shield around you that you can distract it and move it aside. Move it aside. At the moment, the world seems to be going through a lot of changes, doesn't it? It seems that the world is sort of wars, high food prices, people are worrying about how they're going to pay their energy bills and food and everything like that. Well, we don't wait for things to happen this life, so it's always good if you spend a little, save a little, that you've got some money. And I'm afraid, you know, go back to grow your own vegetables like they did in the Second World War and dig for victory. Absolutely positive. You know, and be careful. A lot of people now leave lights on all over their house, or they leave things that's plugged in and don't think about it. Go around the room, switch lights off and everything. And, you know, and I feel that all of us at the moment are going through challenging times. It's been very difficult times. And the world has got very, very materialistic, very greedy, high prices. Poor old people don't know whether to be warm or whether to buy food and things like this. But do you know, it's strange, isn't it? Through all these things going and that, we still find people who can afford big television screens, mobile phones, wining and dining out. So, you know, old people, we can do lots of things with kindness. We can, if we see an old person that lives on their own, it doesn't hurt for us to go now and again to give them a dinner or something, to know they're loved and they're wanted, or even doing a nice gesture, cutting their grass or talking to them and that, because some people, loneliness is another form that you feel worthless and that. But if we show love and we don't have all these negative forces around us, And it's so strange, isn't it? Because when you come to the end of your life, people start getting very religious, don't they? And they think if they're going to church with all these negative forces, they're actually going to go to heaven. You don't particularly have to go to church, as long as you're a good person. God is very real. The universe is very real. The spirit world is very real. Our life is very real. Love is very real. Our health is very real. So try and not absorb negative energy from people, because then you're leaving all your centres open and it's as if you're taking it inwardly. So you try to shut down. If somebody's nasty to you or moaning to you, walk away. As simple as that. Leave them with their own negativity, their own thoughts, and always protect yourself. You don't have to come down on their level. Now, how many of you felt that you've been under a psychic attack? How many of you experience negative energy? How many of you feel there's dark forces or black dark forces around you, or hexing you, or cursing you? I'd love to hear your stories. And when you watch me and Craig on our other channel, Craig and Jane Show, do put as many interesting questions to us. We can't give you lottery numbers. We can't promise you great fortunes or anything like that, but we can guide you and help you. Now, remember what I say, nothing can harm you in this life as long as you don't let it. You've got to be strong, very, very strong. We are in rather a funny life where everything's got labels. Everything is labels, isn't it? I mean, the Second World War, when we had evacuees, had to go out in the country. A lot of them had to get on with it. A lot of them might have experienced trauma. They weren't sent to therapy like they are nowadays, and negative energies, and people just all pulled together. It's a bit like all of us when we all went through COVID-19. People were much kinder, don't you think? And people were actually helping each other. If somebody ran out of flour or eggs, they were leaving it on the doorsteps, and it seemed a nicer world, that people were much kinder because they didn't know how long they would be here. And people were really pulling together. But now it's all gone haywire. There's a lot of negative energy still on the planet, but there's good to come, still good to come. And the thing is, we can do great things if we all stick together, all on the same page, all give love and help each other. Nobody owns the world in reality, and consciousness plays a very big part in our lives. And also people become very monkey mind, and we've got to be positive and positive energy, and all stay very protective of each other, and don't go where there's dark forces, because if you go looking for it, you will find it. Even like the late Aleister Crowley, who was trying to think he was a black magician, it didn't do him any good, did it? He ended up dying in Eastbourne in a cheap guest house with absolutely nothing, and he was born into privilege and given an awful lot of money to pursue, to go on the grand tour and do all these different rituals and things like that. In other words, crazy. He's a crazy man. So, you know, people think they get away with things, but they don't in the end, do they? But there's positive forces, there's the angel of light, and always stay in the light, always be a good human being, and always do good things for others. And I'm going to leave you there with a few thoughts, and I want to say to you, be happy in this life, don't let anything distract you, and just stay on that good pathway. God bless you all. I love to hear from you. Stay safe. No negative energy. Good energy. Bye.